So, sir, it's three, two, one. Over to you, Arpan, sir. We are live to the audience. You can start this meeting.
Good morning, friends. This is Arpan Kumar Paul welcoming you to Life Pharma Coalition LPC 144. Well, it is said that when a drop of water falls in a lake, it loses its identity. But when the same drop of water falls on a leaf, it shines. LPC is that leaf which not only shines the person speaking, but also shines others who are learning from that. And no wonder we have become the world's number one online learning and sharing platform with 3 physical meets already done. So the best part of LPC is that we learn from people who have already experienced it. That means we learn it from the industry experts, the leaders who have already walked the path so that they can give inspiration to others who are nurturing a dream to walk on the same path. And today's session on LPC is such a session where we are going to draw lines through the experiences which have been shared by the industry leaders. Because sometimes when we start a new learning path, it can be hard to imagine exactly where we want to go and how we are going to reach there. Our industry expert talks help us discover some of the paths that the real people have taken to actually get to the current position. Their talks provide a lot of inspiration and first-hand industry knowledge, and learning from the experience of experts can give us a clear vision of what we want to do in future. They can give us new ideas and help us shape and even expand our dreams. Industry experts can also remind us that the path that we are walking may not be a straight path because everyone makes mistakes. But successful people use them as a learning opportunity to grow, develop, and reach greater heights. And today's session on LPC is going to be an experience sharing meet as far as the LPC conclaves are concerned. But before that, let me share the journey of LPC so far.
I think it is
So
not.
welcome to LPC Life Pharma Coalition, which is a global knowledge and networking forum for pharma professionals. Friends, on the 26th of January, we are all going to celebrate the 74th Indian Republic Day. As the largest democracy in the world gears up to welcome its 74th Republic Day, let us pause and ponder how far we have achieved the vision of the Indian Constitution, how far we still have to go, and the ways in which the citizens can collectively contribute towards development of the nation. The human being is a positive asset and the valuable national resource which needs to be cherished, nurtured, and developed. The catalytic action of education in this context needs to be planned and implemented meticulously. No wonder the government has proposed the theme for this year as International Year of Nari Shakti. So, a salute to women power. And in fact, LPC always has a session dedicated to the women who are in power in this pharmaceutical industry. So advance happy Republic Day to all our LPC fans and viewers, audience, as well as LPC members. So the journey of LPC has encompassed many good rewards, and one of them is the Pharma Ratna Universe 2022, where we were bestowed with the best healthcare webinar of the year. In fact, this journey wouldn't have been possible without the strong LPC executive team, along with the support of our mentors and advisors who have always given us whenever we needed any advice and help from them. Our first physical meet was at Mumbai, that is LPC 100 Conclave. Our second physical meet was LPC 125 Conclave at Ahmedabad. And our third physical meet was LPC Conclave 3.0 at Navi Mumbai in association with SIES School of Business Studies. Now what next? So LPC 150 Conclave, which is at Hyderabad, 12th of March 2023, Sunday. And the key features are going to be the keynote speech, the interactive panel discussion, networking, poster presentation, as well as felicitation. To know more about it and to register, please contact Mr. Yashwant, Mr. ICS, or even me at the following numbers. This journey of LPC wouldn't have been possible without the support of Imagica Health. In fact, Imagica Health in a nutshell explores the intersection between design, digital health technology, and content marketing for the leading brands because they have an ex-marketeer-led team of medical writer, graphic designers, teamers, coders who serve the pharmaceutical for bettering the customer engagement, bringing patient centricity, improving control on the sales team, and increasing the return on investment for their various marketing campaigns. Thank you so much, Imagica Health, for being a constant support for our learning endeavor. We look forward to your support in our coming days as well. So today's LPC 144 is on academics, where we are going to share the key learnings from the pharma conclaves. So in fact, today we have Mr. Shiv Shankar Maurya, who is the head Uderma Skincare, Mr. ICS Verma, who is the founder director, New Direction Consulting. Along with that, we also have Mr. Yashwant Mishra, who is the founder director, Benzene Ring Learning Solutions. So we are all looking forward to a great learning today as far as the sessions are concerned and the learnings, sharing of the learnings are concerned. So now it's time for me to hand over the session to Yashwant sir so that he can share his learning as well as introduce Mr. Shiv Shankar Maurya. So over to you, Yashwant sir.
Thank you very much, Arpan. Thank you very much. And welcome all the viewers to Life Pharma Coalition, a global knowledge and networking platform. You will agree with me that dynamics of the industry is changing very rapidly. And today's session is going to be a learning session on LPC Pharma Conclave 3.0, redefining innovation across pharmaceutical industry. As you know, innovation is happening in every sector, everywhere in pharma, be it manufacturing, be it sales and marketing, be it learning and development, be it supply chain, be it academics. So what are the innovations and how these innovations are going to take our Indian pharma industry to the world? That is what we shared in LPC Pharma Conclave 3.0. And we are going to share key learnings because it was a physical meeting and many of the viewers could not attend it in person. So we are going to share about the key learnings. Okay. And not only that, how LPC Conclave is a great platform for networking. That is also we are going to share. So with me today, apart from Arpan, we have Mr. Shiv Shankar Maurya. He is having 2 decades of experience in pharmaceuticals, and currently he is heading sales and marketing of Uderma, which is dealing with dermatology. So thank you very much, Shiv Shankar, for joining us. A brief overview. What are you going to share, Shiv Shankar?
Thank you so much, Yashwant sir, LPC team, Arpan sir, and ICS Verma sir for giving me this opportunity. So today my talk is going to about the networking, how networking is important in pharmaceutical profession, and the LPC platform, how he has helped me to get connected with the various industry experts and help Uderma and me as an individual to learn many things and get connected with the international various stalwart also, and they are always helping me to expand our business in various territory. So how networking can help everyone to like expand beyond the horizon, get connected with the industry experts, what is exactly happening around us, what are the new things are coming to the industry. My talk is going to about this kind of means networking, how he has helped me, and how joining with LPC will help you to explore yourself also.
Wonderful, wonderful. We look forward to learn from you, Shiv Shankar. Thank you very much for joining. And with me, I have Mr. ICS Verma, Founder Director, New Direction Consulting. Sir, thank you very much once again for joining. Sir, what are you going to share? ICS, sir.
So as Sivasankar topic was very interesting, and I'm going to add some insights and as well as my learning experience and the benefit that I got from Life Pharma Coalition. So I'm going to share a few of the nuggets apart from the LPC conclaves.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Raj. So let us start. All the viewers, please keep on sharing your learnings and questions, and let us have it in an interactive session. So to start with, I'm going to share about the LPC pharma. Although there were many keynote speakers, JB Pharma, and what he shared, and then Mr. Sheikh Barakutullah, Vice President, Cipla Limited, what are the things he shared? Both of them talked about innovations, right? Innovations in pharma industry. So let me share my screen. I want to show some of the learning points from that. Okay.
If you talk about innovation, they're talking about innovation in their business model. That today the same business models are not working the way previously organizations were working. And as rightly said, sir, by sir, in terms of bigger the organization, less is the innovation. And why is it so? Because of processes, because of not agility to move. Smaller organizations are able to do it because of that agility. So innovation in business models are really the need of our, and most of the companies are working on that innovation. Second innovation, which is right now coming in India, especially in terms of digitalization. And the patient is not so-called patient. He became now more of consumer in our language. They're talking about wellness, they're talking about pill plus solution from pharma companies. They're not looking only pill, they're looking pill plus solution from most of the companies. And if the company who's going to provide, they're going to get more value addition from the patient. The third innovation which is happening right now in our workforce, the same workforce, if you ask like 20 years back, the workforce which were coming, they were not getting that kind of option. Today, workforce are having different kind of option. In that, getting the talent from such kind of colleges also is very, very difficult. And retaining that workforce is again one more challenge. So what kind of innovation we are doing to retain them, to give them that kind of opportunity where they can compete with IT or with any other industries. So that kind of innovation is really a fourth innovation, which is right now in supply chain. The disruption in India, you can't compare. Like previously, you were going to stockists, the stockist was giving to pharmacists, and pharmacists were giving to the patients. So today, the same innovation is happening in e-pharmacy. The innovation which is happening on supply chain, the entire model is changing, and the company who's not going to change is not going to survive. In terms of the entire e-pharmacies, what kind of offering they are giving, you can understand that patient is getting that pill plus solution. So in that way, the entire innovation is happening. And such kind of platform will give opportunity to you also as a MD that you get to know what is happening in the industry. So for me, this is the platform which is creating a different kind of environment, ecosystem, where people can interact, connect, and get to know what is happening in the industry.
So this is what he has shared on innovation part. And I'll stop this. So the learning points, what Mr. Dilip Singh Rathore was talking is, entire industry is focusing on innovation. For respect of innovation, he has told, one is from product innovation, technology innovation. So companies are focusing from product to technology driven innovation. Second, he told about patients are also more aware nowadays. They are no more a patient. They have become consumers. Means they are aware about their disease. They are aware about the treatment plan. They are aware about the medicines. And also nowadays from treatment, from illness to wellness, people are talking about wellness. That is what innovation happening in the patient round. Then he talked about innovation across workforce. Workforce 20 years back were different. They were not having 20 years back, if you remember, only HO, head office manager, or GM used to have the laptop. Now each and every pharma executive is having a tab to discuss with the doctor. That is what is the innovation going across. So they are more tech savvy. They are using technology to reach with the doctors. This is what happening. And now today's workforce is focusing on opportunity. If I do something good for the company, what he talked about was in supply chain. Conventional supply years back, if you see, there was a distributor, chemist, there were some vehicles to carry the traditional approach. Now, e-pharmacy has come. NetMed, 1mg, Farm Easy, they are going to So this is what Mr. Dilip Singh Rathore talked about in the innovation front. There is a network issue in my area. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, so there were breaks, but you're audible now.
Exactly. Some network issue was there. So innovation happening all across. With that, I would like to take the session to the second part. I would like to invite Shiv Shankar to discuss about
I think again we have lost your voice is
so
not.
Shiv Shankar can
Yeah.
take now.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
Shiv
Thank you very
Shankar,
much,
can discuss
Yaswant
about
sir.
that.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, Shiva, please go ahead.
Yeah, I strongly feel, sir, networking is not an individual subject. Networking is a link with the learning. Networking is linked with the collaboration. Networking is linked with the innovation. That networking is linked with the knowing the resources. In pharmaceutical industry, the networking is like involves building and maintaining a relationship with the various industry expert. And not only with the industry expert, but also networking helps you to know your colleagues, medical representative, um, area managers, key account managers, the healthcare provider. And most important thing is the what is happening outside the industry. Since I am belong to the dermatology segment, I was always curious to know that how other segment, diabetology segment, gynecology segment, the physician segment, how they are building 100 crore brand, 50 crore brand, or 1,000 crore brand. So the LPC platform helps me to get connected with those stalwarts who made brands which are more than 50 crores, 100 crores. I come across meeting various expert, a stalwart during the LPC physical meet, LPC 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. That helps me to meet the such experts who has guided me and helped me to know what are the process involved to build such a mega brands. So, dear friend, I encourage you to build your networking with the industry expert. Not only that, we as a company had a thought of getting our like we want to expand outside of India also. I come across meeting the various leaders from the outside of the country during the LPC meet. I come across meeting Raman Mankeshwar and it was an opportunity for me to know the how are the aspect, how I can expand our business, what are the do's and don'ts of the getting the cosmeceutical products in the South African market. Very nicely, Raman sir has guided me that the step by steps, what you need to do before if you are want to enter into the South African market. Like that, I come across meeting the various leaders from the Bangladesh, various leaders from the Cambodia. I attended the international forum of the LPC live session. I come across learning a lot of things, and these things has motivated me that I can definitely take my organization to the international level. I'm very much thankful that networking with the international leaders has helped me to expand my vision, how confidently and how easily I can penetrate my products and my company to the international level. Like during the COVID, we had a lot of challenges, and after COVID also, we as a company, we as a medical, our medical rep, the key account managers, they had a lot of problems to meet the doctors, the KOLs, because it was too difficult to getting the call. And I never forget to learn or attain the LPC live telecast. I come across meeting various expert who has guided step by steps. What are the process? What are the small things? How we can make sure that our team can reach to our healthcare providers. So I'm very much thankful for this networking with the LPC. Those those connection has helped me to learn many things. And apart from that, I want to also say that during the one-to-one meeting in the LPC 3.0, I come across meeting the Ramesh Juneja sir, who has talked about the importance of the online and the D2C market. How the means we are generating too much of prescriptions. There are some of the prescription get honored, but there are many patients, those who are living out of the various like where our reach is not there, but they are searching about the products because they have seen the result with the products, but unfortunately they are not able to get connected. But this online forum can help us, and guided very much by Ramesh Juneja sir, that how NetMed is going to help you to encash those unincashed prescription, and they are so strong, and they can help in terms of getting our each and every prescription honored in terms of the continuation of the product is concerned to the patient is very much important. So like that, I request, if you want to expand your knowledge, learning, and innovations, please join LPC 4.0, which is coming to be there very soon. And Mr. Yaswant sir and ICS Verma sir, Arpan sir will be announcing about this important networking event with you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Shiv Shankar. Wonderful. Our theme also in Life Pharma Coalition is connect, collaborate, and co-create. That is what we say. Get connected to industry, pharma industry, collaborate with each other, and co-create something new which has never happened in across pharmaceuticals. And LPC Pharma Conclave is a great opportunity, great platform for networking, connecting with the people, knowing what best practices happening all across, and we trying to build a collaborative learning community. Thank you very much for sharing. Now I'll go to ICS Verma sir to share leadership panel discussion. What are the things we got the key learnings? ICS sir.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Going into the leadership, I just would like to add a few more points to Shivakumar's talk. As we all know, one thing, network is your net worth. So the more network you have, the more net worth. Today, nobody sees, how much money you have, but how much network you have. Because if you want to do something, especially for the organizations which want to scale internationally, your networking helps you a lot. whether it's manufacturing, whether it's your supply chain, or whether it's your even mentoring. So even if you want some guidance from the mentors, your network will definitely help. And that's what Shivashankar shared about when he, I think I have never seen him missed in any of the physical conferences. So especially when there was a physical conference, he always used to travel, and he comes and he meets all the leaders. So that will give him a direction. So especially when you are a company which is just started and wanted to do something better in the industry, then these kind of forums, it's not only just LPC, any kind of forum which is happening across the industry. So you need to go there and you need to be part of those forums. That will help you to connect with the leaders, and you will get guidance. And I would like to share even in my Rexon Healthcare, where I'm a one of the partners. So where I also got help from the industry, like for the Cadila, Jada. So we got 2-3 companies where through LPC itself, I've been known in the industry. And so you don't need to introduce when you are connected in these kind of platforms. You are you're already, the industry watches your contribution and wanted to help you. So that is how we got, Mr. Rajput has helped us to get a stockship for Cadila, and 2-3 companies where we got through LPC. So as he rightly mentioned, that your networking will make you successful, especially when you are entering into the new markets or new areas or new business. So this is what is my personal experience with LPC, as well as the benefit that we got from Life Pharma Coalition as of now. And apart from this, as Yashwant shared about the keynote speech by Mr. Dilip Singh Rathod, who spoke on the innovation in different areas. We had a panel discussion on leadership, which also spoke about more on digital, and we call it in nowadays in physical, where you connect with both physically as well as digitally through your customers, so that you help them in their customer journey. Because when you talk about any customer journey, from it start with awareness to a delighted customer. So in between there are many stages, and every stage you need to involve them, and you need to understand what is their challenges and why they are prescribing, why they are not prescribing. So all these things will happen across these stages. And once you have a very good networking, and once you have a very good relationship with your customers, then they are going to be your loyal customers, and they start promoting your, they will endorse your product or your brand to the other colleagues or friends. So this is how this is one topic which was discussed during the panel discussion, is more on leadership and digital. So now I'm handing over the session to Arpan. Arpan, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ICS sir. Yes, in fact, you're right. Our network is our net worth. And in this digital era, we cannot survive without network. I was hearing one of the wonderful sessions of Gaur Gopal Das, and he said that the upvas, or the fasting that we used to do in the earlier times, it was like not taking food. But today's upvas would be like getting ourselves off from Facebook, from WhatsApp, from Twitter, from Instagram, from YouTube, and all this. This is the fasting that we should do. And believe me, friends, we can survive without food, but we cannot survive without this networking, because this networking is something that gives us our presence, that makes us feel that yes, we are liked by so many people, we are accepted by so many people, and most important, we are followed by so many people. Because in this era, it is not reward that actually ignites us, it is recognition. Recognition is something that gets the best out of us. It gives us the spark, so that we can actually deliver what we want from ourselves, and we want people to follow us. That is why we see so many people having great number of followers, 5K, 6K, 7K, so 10K. So somebody has 20K followers. So this is what networking is. And ICS sir, you are so very right that in case of your Exxon Healthcare also, this networking through LPC has given you a mileage that you think you wouldn't have got had you not been one of the founder part of LPC. And very honestly, I am also getting that sort of a claim after being a part of LPC, and it is ICS Verma sir who has been very much instrumental in making me a part of LPC, because LPC 28 was my first session on LPC as a speaker, and from then on my journey started with LPC as a panelist, as a moderator, and now I am one of the executives of LPC, and I make it a point to make myself a part of LPC whenever and wherever there is a need. And so the name of LPC and Arpan Kumar Paul has become so synonymous, and that is also once again a part of networking. Today, in fact, we are in a session, a special session rather, where we are trying to take the learnings from the physical sessions that we have had so far. Yashwant sir very well highlighted about LPC Conclave 3.0. I would like to share my learnings from LPC Conclave 2.0 at Ahmedabad. In fact, that's a very one of my most favorites LPC Conclave, because it was cheered, or rather it was the session where I saw one of my greatest mentors, Dr. Ganesh Naik, as a chief guest. And I feel myself privileged to have been able to share screen space with such important dignitaries of the pharmaceutical industry. So I was a part of this panel discussion on the HR conclave on LPC 125, and this total panel comprised of Mr. Sushil Barkur, who is the training OD head of Alkem, Mr. Kiran Kalavadia, who was the director Healthcare Formulation Limited, Mr. Parag Jha, who is the GM training in Aristo Pharma, Mr. Rupak Rathore, who is the lead training HR and admin Zydus Life Sciences, and Ms. Smita Kulkarni, who was the training consultant of Sketch Consultant. In fact, we had a very engaging discussion as far as the HR panel and the training was concerned. And the first question that was asked to Shushil sir, which in fact I put, was the different generations of workforce are working in an organization. Generally, we have 5 generations of workforce: the veterans, the boomers, the Gen X, the Gen Y, and the Gen Z. In the current workforce, we generally have the last 3, that is Gen X, Gen Y, and the Gen Z. So how important it is for a HR person to keep all of them interested and all of them engaged in the organization, because the very fact is that we need to accept that the newer generation comes to us with a basket full of new ideas, new innovation, and new knowledge, which probably the generations like us have lacked. So first and foremost thing is, we need to accept what ideas they bring to the table, because they come with very innovative, very new type of ideas, which we should definitely give a thought about and definitely try to implement. So the position a person is working in the organization predicts his or her behavior. Suppose a person who is working in a senior level management, the way the person behaves, the way the person talks, sees, depicts his position in the organization. And as some of the management gurus say, the higher you go up in an organization, the lesser you speak, the more you listen. So that is one of the most important learnings I have taken from there, because when we are at a lower level in the organization, we speak more, we listen less. But as we go higher up, it is our responsibility that we listen more, we speak less, because our job is to take care of all the problems, all the conflicts, anything the others are facing. We not only have to patiently listen to it, but then we have to deliver the solutions as well. Now the leader has to get the best out of every generation of people, because with different generations of people working in the organization, it depends on the HR person how he gets the best out of everybody and puts the organization in a winning situation. And most important, every generation wants to be heard and be recognized. Because nowadays we find people speaking, but are the people listening? And there is always a difference between hearing and listening, because hearing is something which I call passive, and listening is something which I call active. So for these two things, whenever there's a person speaking, it's very important how many people are actually listening to the person, because when we listen to a person, we are actually able to reproduce what the person has spoken, and in the long run we are able to implement some of the learnings that we have taken from the speaker. So that was one of the most important questions about the different generations of workforce. Now, I asked Mr. Kiran Kalavadia about the role of HR to keep the team motivated. Now, HR plays a very important role, right from shortlisting candidates, then, of course, scrutinizing the CVs, and then interviewing the candidates, and finally onboarding them. And after that, those candidates who become employees, they are imparted training and induction in the company. So reducing the attrition and succession planning are some of the roles the HR plays. See, one of the biggest reason an organization bleeds is attrition. The number of people joining the organization and the number of people leaving the organization. So this is one way in which an organization really bleeds, and some organizations shut down because of high attrition levels. Now it becomes very important as to why there is attrition. As some management guru says, that people do not leave organizations because they are bad, but people leave organization because leaders are not good. People leave organization because of bad managers. So for that reason, it is very important to ascertain how good are my leaders. And for me, the most important leader in the organization is the first line manager, because the first line manager for his team is not only a first line manager, he is a product manager, he is a training manager, and he is a role model to the entire team, because the team looks up to him for any type of guidance and tries to emulate this person. So if the first line manager or the first point of contact of the executive with the company is not a strong persona, then probably the company is in for a high attrition. The second reason I believe people leave organization is because they do not have a good succession planning graph. That means people are not sure where they are going to be promoted in the next level. Because succession planning is very important, because we are actually making a person ready for the futuristic role. And that way, the person not only starts learning something that he is or she is going to do ahead in future, but the person also feel enthused that the company is recognizing the contribution towards the organization. So that is one important part, how we can actually keep our employees engaged and interested within the organization. Another important point why people leave is because of conflict. Because conflict resolution is a very important part of HR. Because whenever 10 people, 15 people, 500 people, 5,000 people are there, it is bound to have conflicts. And that is very common of human nature to have conflict. But then how well a conflict can be resolved depends directly on the managers. And if conflicts are not resolved in time, it becomes a grievance, which becomes a very high bleeding point for the organization, because that results in mass attrition or people living in large numbers. So companies should keep in mind that we need to tackle a conflict, solve a conflict, resolve a conflict the moment it arises, and not allow it to become a grievance. So it is very important for the HR to keep the team motivated. But then the next question comes, which Mr. Parag Jha and Mr. Rupak Rathore very well answered, that we can motivate the team when they are performing, but how to motivate a team when they are not performing? And that is always a bone of contention, because we all love success. We all know how to handle success, but how many of us know how to handle failure? Because that is the biggest pain point we have in the industry, is that we are not capable. We are not trained to handle failure. But friends, Only if we can handle failure can we walk the path towards success. Because failures are not failures. They are the stepping stones towards success. Because we learn very little from success stories, but we learn a lot from failure stories. But it is very rare that people write a book on my failure stories. People always write my success stories. But believe me, friends, I have myself found at the other end of the line, that is with failure stories, because whatever little I am doing today, it's because of the failures that has taught me, that has told me, that has provoked me that no, this is not failure, this is a learning. Because I always believe that I either win or I learn, because I never lose. Because every time you fall, it tells you that this is not the path you are supposed to walk. Get up, rise up, and walk once again. So when there is a failure, the best way to keep the team motivated, or one of the ways to keep the team motivated, is training. Because when there is incomplete training, people are bound to fail. That means we need to go back into the very basics, that is product training, skill training, communication training, on all these trainings. That is definitely going to keep them motivated, give them that impetus, give them that knowledge, so that they can do better in future as far as motivating and as far as completing their targets are concerned. We also need to test the product knowledge of individuals when they are not successful, because maybe they are lacking the product knowledge for which they are not able to convince the customers. So for that reason, a product knowledge training needs to be imparted to them. At the same time, we need to also delve into the selling skills. How good are their selling skills? Are they doing justice in front of their customers, or are they failing in front of their customers? So to find it out, we need to have a skill gap analysis, how much they are doing well and where they are lacking. So area manager's role becomes very important in identifying the skill gaps of the concerned executives. Now, Smita madam touched on a very important part, that is the Tuckman's stages of group development. Generally, when we have an informal group, it is divided into 5 parts, that is forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. So these are the 5 corridors through which a team needs to pass when it has to perform. The first is forming. When a team is formed, that means we select a group of 10 people who are going to make a team. And second is storming. They enter into the team. The third part is norming, where we assign a responsibility to each member of the group. And then, of course, the main part is performing, where we need to deliver what we have been assigned. And adjourning, after we have completed the target, we once again adjourn the group to meet once again for the next task. So this is applicable more in informal team. And the model is very important because it explains a team's maturity and develops relationship between the team members. Now, there was a very important discussion on the Johari window. Now, what is this Johari window? The Johari window basically identifies 4 different spots in a person. The first spot is known as the open zone, where I know, others know. The second spot is known as the unknown zone, where I don't know, others don't know. The third is the hidden zone, that I know, but others don't know. But the fourth quadrant, which is very important as far as the trainer's point of view, as far as the mentor's point of view, is known as the blind spot. That is known as which I don't know, but others know. So this is something the trainers, the mentors have to take care, the coaches have to take care, because whenever somebody is riding a motorcycle at night, whether the headlight is on or not, that will not be seen by the rider, but it will be seen by the person coming from the opposite side. That means whatever lacunas, whatever weaknesses, whatever shortcomings I am having, it will not be identified by me, or it will not be seen by me. It will be seen by somebody else who is standing opposite to me. So this is basically the blind spot, which becomes very important to identify and rectify a person, and to give back to the person the confidence that he or she lacks. And that is how we are going to strengthen the strength of the person by identifying the blind spot. And for that, the person needs to be very open to understand, and not only understand, but to accept where are the points that are the shortcomings of the person. So Johari window becomes very important, and that is why the blind spot identification becomes very important. So these were the discussions we had from the Dronacharya group, because I call them Dronacharya because they are the coaches, they are the mentors, they are the trainers, they are the people who always love to have their people on the stage, and they are very happy clapping from the other side of the stage. Dronacharyas are the people who would always like to take a little more than their share of discredit and a little less than their share of credit. That is why they are the people who would always like to clap at the success of others. But believe me, they are the people who hardly get a clap for themselves. So they are the unsung heroes of the industry who make many heroes, but always remain at the backstage to cheer the people who become successful in their endeavor. So hats off to the Dronacharyas, the HR, the trainers, the mentors who have been for their wonderful contribution to this industry, because they are the ones who have selected the people to join the industry, who have interviewed the people and who have inducted them and given them the training. And now they are doing well in their life. They are rising up in their career and they are making a name for themselves. And thanks to Dronacharya group that they have mentored them so very well. So these were the learnings that we had from the entire group of HR from LPC Conclave 2.0. Thank you so much for making me moderate such a wonderful and engaging session. So now, if ICS sir is available, any questions are there on Facebook and YouTube from our viewers? So it's over to you, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Arpan. Yeah, there are many of the well-wishers have already joined. So let me just go through some of the comments and the live chat. So we have Naziruddin, Shailesh Kapadia, and many more have already shared their views on today's topic. So along with Armugam Arasan, one of the very consistent and a very core LPC member. So he says that Sandeep Bidwai, okay, Surendra Pratap Yadav, and we have Shailendra Kapadia, VS Dagar, Kushi Mohammad Muthu, Jitendra Bharadwaj, Naziruddin, and Sailesh Kadam. So these are the ones who are watching from YouTube, from Facebook. And Naziruddin says that sometimes we try to find solution for problem, and after trying everything from our end, if we seek help within our network, many times we may find appropriate solution for same problem and guidance too. So that's what Naziruddin said. Thank you, Naziruddin. I think this is very apt, because the same kind of problem might be faced by somebody, and it's not something that you only have faced it. So definitely the network will help you to come out of that issue in a better way. So when you have a and Sailesh sir says that as per statistics in Canada, 89% jobs are hidden jobs, and they are filled via references only. So therefore your network is critical. So your network is equal to net worth. So thank you, Sailesh ji. Well said, and thanks for your insights from Canada, and always encouraging us to continue our LPC journey. So these are the few from Facebook. Let me just see from yeah. So this is from YouTube. We have Vikramaditya Jha, Alok Kumar, Ramaswamy, and then Madhuri Doshi has joined, and they have appreciated the session. So there is one question from Vikramaditya. What are the shift that prove we see patient now more as a consumer? So the question, once again, I'm repeating. Maybe Shivashankar can answer, or I can also add. What are the shift that prove we see patient now more as a consumer, because in pharma we consider like consumer and customer are different, unlike other industries. So where we focus more on the customer, doctor, rather than on the consumer who is a patient. So how the shift is happening? Anything you would like to add, Shiva, on this question?
So actually now days, what I've personally seen, if any products or any therapy is given a good result to any particular patient on the particular indications, and he or she has seen a lot of improvement, and doctors want to change the therapy, the patients are not accepting it because he or she has liked that product. Uh, I hope I am correct. And the second thing is that most of the times the prescriptions availability is always a question mark. So like that customer like to have the same products or same prescription where the doctor has written and the customer, the patient has got the good result. So that shift is happening, and sometimes that force the doctors or means doctors need to write same brand where patient says that "Ki, I want to stick to this brand." That shift is happening, sir.
Okay, so actually consumer is demanding uh, the customer in continuing the prescription or the similar product or the same product that he want.
Yes, sir.
Maybe in the previous days, maybe pre-COVID, they used to go with any brand. If doctor says that no, ये भी same है, आप use करो. But if the patient gets a very good results, he says that he commands that मुझे यही चाहिए, यही company का चाहिए, ये I'm getting results. So that means they are actually driving. That's what we have seen the shift in prescription habit of doctors also during the COVID time. Many of the so nobody has gone to the doctors, for at least 6-7 months during the lockdown. But chronic patient has to take their medication. So during that time, we have seen a very high jump of the established brands or the loyal brands, whereas the Me Too brands have gone out of the market. So that means the consumer is now having a more empowerment when compared to the previous times. Yes, Arpan, you would like to add something?
Yes, thank you. In fact, the COVID era has seen a shift from customer centricity to patient centricity, or what you call the consumer centricity. And that is a place where the patient journey mapping has become so very important. See, a doctor prescribes a product but doesn't consume it. It is consumed by the patient. So that means the most important single point of contact for any healthcare, any pharma company is directly with the patient, because they need to ascertain how well the patient is using the product. Because sometimes the patient doesn't use the product in the way the company wants the product to be used. And that is why they do not get the best or the optimum results. The doctor is not a company person. So he is not the best person to demonstrate how the product is to be used in the best possible way to get the best results. So now what happened? This shift from customer centricity to consumer centricity has actually pivoted the company people to directly connect with the patient. And in that way, they are not only helping out the patient to use the product in the best possible way, but that is also increasing a relationship, the emotional connect, which is going to keep the prescriptions rolling and keep the patient engaged with the product and the company. And this is a strategy which has been taken up by the pharma companies now, but they have been taken with FMCG companies, the electronic companies, the vehicles, the motor parts, everything. These companies have been doing it. The loyalty of the customers or the consumers with the product. And this is a very positive step that the pharma companies have taken so that they can increase the loyalty of the patients or the final consumers with the companies. So that's what I take from this question. Thank you.
Lovely. Thanks, Arpan. Thanks, Shiva.
Yeah.
So one more question from Vikramaditya Jha. Which are the important platform helping expanding pharma network, like LinkedIn? So he's asking the question. And the best answer is, I think we don't have any other platforms right now for the pharma, dedicated pharma. We have actually started one platform called Pharmali, where I was the promoter. But somehow we still have not materialized this. And the concept was to create like a LinkedIn for pharma. So where we have we people will have a networking and have a they can also find the job vacancies, and apart from that they can also connect with the industry leaders and get kind of network. So that was conceptualized by me as well as one of my student called Manish Nathani, but still that is under concept stage. So maybe the industry will definitely come up with some kind of solution, and we have to wait till the time. So right now it is LinkedIn is the major networking, but the problem with LinkedIn is it has all the industries together with it. So that's the limitation.
Yes, of course, LPC is another networking platform, and especially our physical connects. And this is dedicated towards the pharma industry only. So I think if people want to network in the pharmaceutical industry, they should try to become a registered member of Life Pharma Coalition.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
They have to be active. See, we have seen many people, they watch during the break or when they get a time. The reach is very high. But what I suggest team or the people who wanted to actually genuinely wanted to expand your network, join the physical meetings so that you meet the leaders and there will be networking sessions. So you will just speak to them on the go, and when they're having a coffee or tea, so this will help you to connect with them personally. So, and there are many forums are happening in the pharma industry, and LPC Conclave is one of them. And it's one of the best because it's also we are trying to connect with the students. So where you go there and tomorrow you wanted to take a session. So that is let me just share one incident that happened with me because I always feel privileged or wanted to share my knowledge with the students, especially the young generation. So last week when me and Yashwant went to Naipur, so we discussed about our mission and what LPC is doing and all those things. So the HOD has Dr. Vijay Lakshmi. So she asked me, sir, why can't you come to and take one session? And I readily accepted, and probably I am going to take guest lectures on digital marketing. So this happens only when you meet physically. If you're only watching by sitting at home, that will not happen because COVID was over and you have to come out and connect with the people.
Yes, very true. In fact,
Sir, in
Yes.
physical meet, we discussed a lot of challenges and how these challenges can be resolved or solved. You get a lot of solutions during these physical meet, LPC 1.0, LPC 2.0, and the topics of LPC 4.0 is really excellent. And this will help many of our pharma colleagues to learn and get connected with the industry expert, and maybe you will get the solution for the challenges if you are facing anything.
Yeah, thank you, Shiva. Sure. Yes, Arpan.
Yes, actually, LPC the Conclave 3.0 and LPC Conclave 4.0, these are in association. The other one was with SIES School of Business Studies, and the 4.0 is with NIPER. That means we are directly establishing a connect with the students and the industry.
Yeah.
That means students are going to get a first-hand information that what exactly they are going to do after they pass out from their colleges, after their studies are over, because they are going to see real-life heroes of the pharma industry who have risen from the ranks, who have started off as a medical rep, and today they are senior vice president, president, general manager, or founders of organizations. So that definitely will give them an impetus, and that will definitely motivate them. so that they can understand that what exactly they are cut out for, and what exactly, whom exactly they are going to take as their role models, because they are going to give real life people as their role models in front of them. And that, I think, is the biggest inspirations that the students can get. And this is a wonderful endeavor of LPC, where we are collaborating with knowledge institutions, with universities, with colleges to do our LPC programs. Thank you.
Exactly. That's very, very true. If you know, look at the future leaders, they are students. And that's where LPC wanted to connect with those future leaders and the industry leaders, so that there will be a good synchronization between the industry and academics, and we are going to get great leaders into the pharma industry, not by by default. It should be by choice.
Yes, by design. It's
By
by
design.
design.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So any more questions, sir? Any more from YouTube or Facebook? Otherwise, we will close
Yeah,
it.
there is one question which is to Shiva. How your networking will help you in Africa? Can you tell any example, Shiva Kumar, like on the international front? How the connecting with networking. So how that
So,
will help you?
getting into any new country, there are certain regulations and norms. We have means I never had any knowledge what are the norms and the do's and don'ts of my products, how I can get. We want to expand our business in South Africa, and we really need some guidance. Our products are getting great response all across the India, Nepal. We collaborated just in Bangladesh. I come across the knowledge that the product range we have, there is a great opportunity in South Africa too. I really wanted to push my products or be available there also, so that my product can give benefit to the patients of South Africa also.
Great.
And we as a company can contribute some to the country in terms of the revenue is concerned.
Super. Super. I think that's a real life example where, through network, he has got a new entry into a different country.
Yes.
And LPC Global also definitely will, help you to connect into the other countries, not only just South Africa, but that solution may be required in other parts of the, African markets, or in the Europe, or somewhere in the, Asian markets. So I think that definitely I wish you all the best, and I wish you and your organization to grow better, and help more patients to solve their issues in the future.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Arpan. Over to you.
Yes, yes, definitely. That's one of the endeavors of LPC, that we create avenues to generate more revenues for people, for organizations. And we are looking at Mr. Shiv Shankar and Udema, so that in our LPC Conclave 4.0, we can get more support, more assistance, and more sponsorship from his organization as well, other than his attending that meeting. So this is an open call to all the pharma companies that please loosen your purse strings, so that we can do it in a bigger and a better way. And believe me, knowledge needs to be shared. And who better than top leaders of pharma companies to share the knowledge to the upcoming leaders, that is the students of such a wonderful institute like NIPER. I think this is a golden opportunity waiting for all the pharma companies. So don't hold yourself back, register yourself, and please loosen a little bit of your purse strings, so that we can do it in a bigger and better way. So thank you so much for such a wonderful and engaging session on LPC. In fact, today's session was very special to me, because it carried a lot of learnings from the industry experts, from the industry leaders. And believe me, some lines written in a book can just make us work for a day or two, but some inspiring words from pharma leaders can make us work for a lifetime, can make us motivated for a lifetime. So I'll first come to Shiv Shankar ji for what has been his learnings from today's special session on LPC.
The most important thing is that if you want to grow, and if you want to learn, and if you want to add innovation in your industry, in yourself, get connected with the industry expert. And I strongly feel and recommend LPC is the best platform to get connected with the industry expert. And you never know that you will get connected with someone and who can take you to your vision. So I'm very thankful to LPC platform and ICS Verma sir, Anparsan and Yaswant sir for always guiding me, because whenever I have a challenge, I talk to them confidently, and without any hesitation, they are helping me. And you get such kind of people in LPC. So I request all to let's join us together for LPC 4.0. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Shiv Shankar sir. And that has been the vision of LPC, that is connect, collaborate, and co-create. So that's the way we definitely increase our network. And in the bargain, we connect people with each other so that they can also increase their business. So thank you so much, Shiv Shankar ji, for being with us and sharing your views on this special session of LPC. Next, I'll come to ICS sir. So what has been your learnings from today's session?
So I have many learnings, and most important things are like, I've got very two good friends, Arpan, who was associated, who has been actually invited as a speaker, but today he's actually running the LPC and becoming one of our very core team of Life Pharma Coalition. And Shiva Shankar, who used to only, we used to see him in all the forums, but I never knew that it has helped him so much that he could able to enter into the international business, and he is now proudly doing much better than the pre LPC. So thank you very much. And my most learning from this the entire LPC journey or our today's session is share what don't keep yourself with, whether it's a knowledge or anything, you need to keep sharing and build networking. So these are the two things that you wanted to thrive. And today I'm very proud that LPC has given us a lot of opportunities to get network with many great leaders in the industry. And I hope it's just a beginning, and we have miles to go before we sleep. Thank you very much, Arpan.
Yes, absolutely, ICS sir. Let's hope this networking becomes contagious. And it's said that sharing is caring, and knowledge shared is knowledge squared. So definitely, we are going to square our network and square the knowledge that we are imparting on LPC. And thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. And in fact, this session today becomes so very special because we have shared whatever we have learned from the different physical conclaves of LPC that we have had so far. So once again, I would draw your attention to LPC Conclave 4.0 at Hyderabad on the 12th of March 2023 on Sunday. Please don't forget to register yourself, because a lot of programs are awaiting you at LPC Conclave from the city of the Nizam, that is Hyderabad, other than the wonderful biryanis. Of course, I'm a foodie, so I'll always prefer telling some good foods that will await us there. But along with that, a lot of learnings are also going to wait for us there. So towards this end of the session, I would like to thank our session support partner, Imagica Health, for being constantly supporting us in our learning endeavor. So thank you so much, and please do continue your support for our future as well. Thank you so much, ICS sir. Thank you so much, Shiv Shankar sir, and thank you so much, Yashwant sir, for being a part of LPC 144. Just small word of caution that I always say that COVID is not yet over. So let us maintain the COVID appropriate behaviors of SMS, sanitization, mask, and social distancing, and let us keep our environment clean and green so that we can give it as the best gift to our next generation. So before I end, there's a small story that I always narrate towards the end with learning. So the most important part that we always say that nothing grows in our comfort zone. In fact, in the words of Edmund Hillary from New Zealand, who was the first to scale Mount Everest, it was not the first attempt where he was successful. It was the third attempt. So first time when he could not scale Mount Everest and he failed, he came down and wrote a single line He said that as a mountain, you cannot grow, but as a human being, I will definitely grow, and I'll come back and I'll conquer Mount Everest. And he made his words so true. On the third attempt, he, along with Sherpa, that is Sherpa Norke, conquered Mount Everest, and that has become so historic and that has become so inspiring. So my story today is that there was a very wise man who had a disciple, and one day they both went for a pilgrimage. While coming back from the pilgrimage, it was getting darker because the sun had already set, and the light was fading, and in front there was a forest which they had to cross. Now the wise man said that it is not going to be very safe to cross the forest at night, so he told his disciple to look for a place where they can spend the night. The disciple looked here and there and found a small hut with a thin cow standing outside. He told his Gurudev that there is a small hut where we can take shelter for the night. They knocked the door, and the door was opened by a very thin man and his family, comprising of 4 people, that is his wife and his 2 sons. They were all very thin and frail, and these 2 people went inside and found that they hardly had anything, but they still offered the disciple and the wise man a good dinner, and after having the dinner, they went to sleep. Next morning, the wise man and his disciple thanked this poor man for the hospitality they extended for the night and left on their way. After reaching their village, the wise man told his disciple, tonight you go to that house once again, take the cow and throw it off from the cliff. Now the disciple was really surprised with what his Gurudev told him. He said that they are really very poor and this cow is their only means of survival, because they take a little bit of milk and whatever excess milk is there, they sell it and get the money, whatever they need for their survival. But then his master told him that you have to throw the cow off the cliff, and this is my command. So we know that in those times, a student or a disciple cannot disobey the command of the master. So that same night, as directed by his master, he went, took the cow and threw it off the cliff. But this guilt, the feeling of guilt, was hitting hard on this disciple, and every day he used to think that I have committed a big sin. I have deprived the family of their only source of earning. So this used to prick, and after 1 year, the disciple decided that today I am going to go there and find out how they are, whether they are at all surviving, whether they have perished. So he went to the same place where there was this broken hut, and he could not find the hut anywhere. He asked some people about the old poor man and his family, and they showed him a big house and on the road, and said that those people live in that house. This disciple was surprised. He knocked the door, and he could actually recollect that thin man who has now become a little fatter, opening the door and welcoming him. The disciple said that me and my master had come here for shelter 1 year back. The man immediately recognized them, and he recognized this disciple and took him inside. Now the disciple did not waste any time in asking that how has this transformation happened. Now this man said, one night somebody took away our cow and threw it off the cliff. We were taken away from our only source of earning. And that is where we decided that we have to come out of our comfort zone and we have to work really hard. And after working, after coming out of the comfort zone, when we actually discovered the talent that we had, the amount of energy that we had, and what we could actually do, that became realized. And this is how we have been able to do good business and build this house. And that is because the prosperity has coming out of our comfort zone. So dear friends, is there a cow in your life? If yes, please throw the cow off the cliff, because once again I say, nothing grows in our comfort zone. So to achieve something, we have to come out of this comfort zone and enter into the effort zone. So we always say that the grasses are green on the other side of the field, but have you ever thought of watering the grasses on our side of the field? Probably never. So next time when you find grass in your side of the field and you're appreciating somebody else's grasses, please find time to water the grass on your side of the field. Thank you so much, friends. It was really inspiring to have so many wonderful speakers on LPC 144. So this is Arpan Kumar Paul, thanking you all for being a part of LPC 144. And we depart from you today with a promise of reconnecting with you next Sunday at the same time with a new set of speakers, with a new set of thoughts and a new set of experiences. On 26th January, along with Republic Day, we are also having Saraswati Puja, the goddess of learning, the goddess of knowledge, the goddess of music, since we are all into learning. So let us take a bow to the mother goddess of learning so that we can all get knowledge, we can all get learning, and we can all grow and prosper in our career. So thank you so much. That's all for today from LPC. So goodbye,
Thank you.
namaste, and thank you so much, and have a very happy Sunday. Thank you.
Sunday. Thank you.